Welcome back! I'm Lord Ridiculous, and today we continue our review series of discounted games bought on impulse through Steam sales, and assess whether or not you should buy these at full price. Next up,
the Talos Principle.
The Talos Principle is a first-person puzzle game set in an idyllic realm which merges ancient stone structures and ruins, grasslands, towering pyramids and Egyptian-like temples with futuristic technology. As the lone protagonist, you must navigate through approximately 120 puzzles across 3 main areas with varying environments and hazards. These hazards include explosive and electrified sentries, minigun turrets, and the environment itself. You play as a nameless android child who awakens high above the clouds before instantly materializing in a serene environment of ancient ruins, elegant pools, and grass verges. Instantly, you are greeted by a deity-like voice from the heavens. He introduces himself as Elohim, which is the Hebrew for God. He informs you that he has raised you from the dust to collect block-like sigils to prove your worthiness, help the generations to come, and attain eternal life. These sigils are attained once you have successfully traversed each smaller area and overcome all obstacles. As you progress and collect more and more sigils, Elohim becomes more vocal. For instance, when all the sigils in the larger area or environment are collected, he proclaims you as the new ruler of that land. Upon completion of the first environment, Elohim warns against scaling the large mysterious tower which stands between the 3 larger areas. The tower protrudes ominously into the thunderous clouds, intimidating yet beckoning the player in. Elohim frequently advises the player that only death will be found in the tower, and you will not return from it, so stay away. As you move through the areas, unlocking each, the natural progression takes you to the tower, where you are increasingly told by Elohim that you will die if you climb to the top. Scattered across the lands are terminals where you can access the Milton Library. Here you can read documents from ancient texts or logs from scientists long dead, but the main reason to access these terminals is to talk to Milton. After repetitive bouts of testing to see if you are indeed self-aware, Milton advises that Elohim is not what he seems. Without giving too much away, you discover that Elohim discourages others like the protagonist from climbing the tower in a bid to prolong its own existence. Once the main areas are finished, the player is given a choice to ascend to Elohim and eternal life, or scale the tower and learn of its secrets and what Elohim has been hiding. Without giving too much else away, we learn from Milton that the world's population was destroyed by a virus, which was frozen and dormant since the Ice Age. Global warming has led to the ice thawing and the recurrence of the virus, so there's a moral aspect to this story. The interactions with Milton are tedious at times, and you will more than likely avoid them, but the revelations discovered are worth it, even if the story doesn't really excite you to play for hours on end. The gameplay works similar to most first-person shooters, and if you've played the Portal series, the game mechanic may seem familiar. The player must navigate through various areas which are blocked off by various different security systems. In each area, you will generally need to use a combination of back and forth trial and error and foresight to circumvent various security systems, and you'll also need luck, copious amounts of luck. You use certain equipment to progress. You start off with a jammer, which disrupts circuitry of turrets, sentries, and force field barriers, which will incapacitate or render inactive. As you progress, the game then allows you to unlock other items, like the tripod light beam refractors, which direct red and blue laser-like beams into keyholes to open gates. Further unlockables such as wind fans, boxes, and my favourite, the recorder, which lets you record your actions, effectively creating another you, help mix up the gameplay, which at times can be a little stale. That said, it is hard to fault the puzzle elements. There's a huge sense of accomplishment when you complete a particularly tricky puzzle, and there's a gentle learning curve, so you'll fly through the initial stages but may be stumped later on. Beyond the first 5 hours, except for a few satisfying puzzles, I felt there wasn't much to keep the casual gamer coming back for more. In the Portal series, the exhilaration of being thrown around the arena and falling from a great height complemented the puzzle elements, and I feel this is something the Talos principle is lacking in. With no real sense of inherent danger or true engagement in the world, it didn't really live up to my Portal experience. The Talos principle does puzzles well, very well, but the setting, interactions with Milton, and slightly repetitive challenges made the game hard work at times. The sound and visuals are, in my opinion, technically average, but serve the game wonderfully and make it feel like you're playing a bit of history. The rustic environments, the futuristic robots and security systems, the beams of light dissecting the oil painting style scenery all leave a lasting impression and create a world to behold. Given the Talos principle was produced by indie developer Crow Team, you can forgive the graphics not being cutting edge in a way that adds to the ambiance created. The soundtrack creates a sense that you are walking in the footsteps of biblical characters, with the score going from triumphant to melancholy in the blink of an eye. All said, I felt that the graphics and the soundtrack, accompanied by the story, made the game feel rather bleak and depressing at times. Personally, only for the fact that I like puzzle games, the subdued atmosphere might have put me off playing for as long as I did. The game does succeed though in mirroring the tone of the story and the theme of doom which had befallen mankind quite well. The Talos Principle is an excellent puzzle game with great atmosphere and plenty of content. You will easily get anywhere from 12 to 16 hours gameplay depending on your level of skill. My main issue is that the game's out of sale price is €39.99 or $44, which is a lot to pay for any PC game, but if you love the Portal series and puzzle games in general, you need to buy this game even at this price. If you're not an avid puzzle gamer, don't despair, as luck would have it you can get the Talos Principle right now for €13.59 or $15 during the Steam sales this weekend. So buy it now. Out of sale though, I would not recommend paying €40, even though there's a lot of content. If you are not an avid puzzle gamer, you may find this a little tedious at times. Thanks for stopping by. I've been Lord Ridiculous. You've been awesome. Until next time. Apparently these guys are called Bombasticas. That's kind of like bombastic. And it's almost like... Yeah, it reminds me of... Mr. Lava Lava. Mr. Lava Lava. Lord Ridiculous. Mr. Lava Lava, call me Mr. Bombastic. Totally fantastic. Get me in the vacuum, Mr. Monty. Totally fantastic. Lord Ridiculous.